My last life, I was the pathetic girl who followed the golden boy around like a stray dog. The day I died in a sterile hospital room from terminal cancer, he was busy having the wedding of the century with his high school sweetheart. Given a second chance at life, I'm back at the very moment I was supposed to confess to him. Under the watchful eyes of the entire cafeteria, I marched past the golden boy and slammed my love letter onto the desk of the school's most notorious rebel. The silver-haired delinquent blinked awake from his nap, staring at the envelope covered in hand-drawn hearts. What's this? Me. For you? Scratch paper? The classroom fell into a silence. The boy with the messy silver hair slowly looked up, revealing a face that was pure, unfiltered trouble. He looked dangerously attractive. I heard several sharp intakes of breath around me. I couldn't tell if it was from awe or fear. I remembered him. Jackson Miller. The rumor was that if you picked any 3 buildings on campus, his family had donated at least one of them. People called him the Prince of the Hill, but mostly they just stayed out of his way. A guy nearby joked, "Jax, looks like the flowers are blooming in your garden today." Jackson told him to shut up with a lazy, low-timbered voice. Then he turned to me. "What do you want?" I stated it as if it were the most natural thing in the world. "I want to sit next to you. Any problem?" This time, definitely shock. Jackson leaned his head on his hand, a mocking half-smile playing on his lips. "I don't do seatmates. What makes you think you're special?" We locked eyes. Neither of us blinked. I gritted my teeth. I had no other choice. There were only 2 seats left. If I didn't sit next to Jackson, I'd be forced to sit next to Caleb Reed. Sitting with Caleb was a death sentence for my soul. I dropped my backpack onto the chair next to Jackson and sat down, refusing to move. Jackson's brow furrowed with irritation. He looked like he was about to toss me out of the room. "I told you." Before he could finish, I reached under the desk and grabbed his leg to keep him from standing up. Jackson froze. His entire body went rigid. I leaned in and whispered, low enough that only we could hear, "Please, just let me sit here. If I sit with Caleb, I'll die. You have no idea. He's a total creep. I heard he steals girls' clothes. I'm desperate. Please. Sorry, Caleb. You can't hear me anyway. And even if you could, you deserve it." I got more animated as I spoke. With every sentence, I gripped harder. With every grip, Jackson's expression grew darker. His mocking smile vanished completely. By the end, his face was like a thundercloud. He squeezed out one word through gritted teeth. "Fine." I was confused. Why the sudden change of heart? He looked like a man who had been cornered by a blackmailer. Wait, his leg felt a bit thin and oddly soft. "Are you going to stop squeezing my hand yet?" Jackson finally snapped, his voice tight. I yanked my hand back. Oh my God, that wasn't his leg. I had just grabbed the Prince of the Hill in a very, very wrong place. After classes were over, Caleb Reed cornered me in the stairwell. "What was that with Jackson Miller today?" I didn't want to waste a single breath on him. "None of your business." Caleb flinched, clearly not expecting me to snap at him. He blocked my path with his arm. "Chloe, Jackson isn't the kind of guy you play with. Why would you give him a love letter?" Thinking about everything that happened in my past life, my blood started to boil. Who I play with is my business. What does it have to do with you? He's bad news. Even if he's bad news, he's better than someone who strings people along, someone who won't say yes but won't let go either. If Caleb hadn't given me just enough hope every time I was about to move on in my last life, I wouldn't have wasted my youth on him. Caleb's face paled. "Chloe, what is that supposed to mean?" I crossed my arms and sneered. "It means I'm insulting you. Can't you tell?" Caleb looked like he was about to explode, but I was done. I spotted Jackson walking not far away and waved frantically. "Jax, over here!" Under the gaze of the crowd, Caleb had to drop his arm. He leaned in